Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the black pieces against a 1905 from Croatia. We've got a d4, knight f3. Let's go for like a King's Indian style whatnot and see what happens. They could play the Italian, I guess, but our lines against the Italian don't really come from this bishop g6. It's something I need to really sort out. Anyway, they've gone for a c4, so we are well into King's Indian territory. Thank the Lord. It's been a while since we've had a proper King's Indian, so I'm looking forward to this one. Ooh, h4. H4 is strange. I don't know what I'm doing after h4, to be honest. Probably a h5, right? Probably a h5. We don't really want to let them get too much play in. The bishop g5 doesn't really do anything. It sort of just looks cool, I guess. I don't think that does much for them. There is no pin. We could go like a knight e4. That seems unnecessary, though. Could go for a knight c6. d6 still an option. We'll probably play d6. I don't know what's happening. we're way off theory at this point. h4 you usually play when you can castle queenside, or when your opponent has castled earlier, but it seems very, very premature to play h4. We can either look for a knight c6, knight d7, or look for an e5, or castle. Castle is interesting. They don't have much of anything going on at the minute, so I don't see what's wrong with castling, to be honest. I really don't. e5 still playable. Not playable because we don't have the knight takes threat. Let's go for... I sort of want to do rook e8. Could also play for a c5 to open up our bishop a bit. In fact, let's go for a knight d7. The knight c6 lines I've found very much relate to the classic plan of the King's Indian, and the e5 and the knight e7 plans usually go into more of a positional sort of style game. It's very different. The same opening, very different play styles. You probably go e5. You can probably get away with c5 as well. We can also go knight h8, or we could think about trying to take this. That's probably where e5 comes in best. e5, we're walking into this pin though. c5 push is probably right. They are going to long castle. They are going to long castle here, I think. So you probably want to go c5. c5 is probably where it's at. If they take, I think that's a huge mistake. We take back and we're threatening to take this with the fork. And we've not committed the e-pawn, so we're fine with the pin. And then our bishop's got a really nice long diagonal. If they push, we fully commit on this queen side, I think. We can try like a queen a5 and trade off queens. This is not a good plan, I don't think. I don't think they have the materials for this sort of attack. I think we take this. Queen takes, we just take the bishop. So takes, king takes, queen takes. Then we probably go with like... probably go with like a b5, potentially, is interesting. I think we have to take this. Then like a knight c5 even, going after this pawn. With like a queen a5 to pin. They take with the knight. And now we can do a knight c5. Knight c5 seems good. We're making a threat. They're probably going to take. I don't think their plan works out. They're still in the center. They've traded off their bishop. Our bishop's covering this quite well. They would need like a bishop e2 first, but they have bigger threats to worry about. They go with f3, potentially preparing a whatever that is, g4. We need to sort of start striking now, I think. e5's interesting. Where is this knight going? The knight goes back. I think we have to start attacking. e6, d5 is interesting as well. While they're not castled, I don't mind that. If they look for a b4, we can just take, right? We can just take with knight takes. They castle. And now we can start thinking about smashing things open, I think. Their attack's still not particularly working out for them. They do have checks to win the knight, but that would involve sacrificing a knight, and I think the trade-offs would benefit us. That's okay move for us. We lose the pawn, but take the pawn back. It's fine, right? It's fine. I don't even know, to be honest. Push knight takes, even pawn takes potentially. We've got to be a bit wary about getting the queen getting on this diagonal with the king, but I don't think that's particularly an issue. There is like a double attack with like a queen there for mating threats. Pawn goes there, and I'm just going to drop this knight here, I think is fine. They can't really take this at the minute. We're potentially going bishop e7. Bishop f5 is a huge hole for them. They're going to really struggle to defend that, because we're just threatening like one knight getting in here, and then it's not looking too good for them. Although this knight is actually covering this square. I don't mind knight c4. Knight c4, bishop takes, bishop takes. Pawn takes, sorry. I don't mind that. Let's go for it. I think getting rid of their bishop's good. And the reason they can't take this is because we're attacking the queen as well. The queen's not got particularly many places to go. If it goes there, we've got knight c3, forking the queen and the rook. It goes back. It goes back. We potentially go queen b6. Knight there is an interesting little turnaround as well. Sorry, if I can draw an arrow, knight to f... Oh my gosh. Knight to f5. Knight takes, bishop takes. Is interesting, but there is some pressure on this pawn. I wonder if there's any sacrifice. I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Queen there, bishop takes, pawn takes. Doesn't seem good enough. We could take this pawn. Threaten to take this pawn as well, but queen f2 stops that. And do we trap our knight there? Queen f2. That traps our knight, right? I think so. So we'd have to go back to f5. This is isolated, but I think it's fine. I think. Let's do this. I don't mind this plan at all. Then we can really start pushing some of these pawns, and they are remarkably quick, I think. We can think about queen a5. You go queen there, giving up the exchange. Really? Really? Behave. Behave, man. That can't work, right? There's no way that works. Surely the exchange is just adequate material. Oh, you're threatening bishop takes? Ah. Bishop takes is fine though, right? Because we're threatening knight takes afterwards as well. So we just take the exchange. We might have to be a bit cautious of their attack, but I think for now the material is enough compensation. We have a knight e3 if knight takes, which would be cool. I'm going to go queen c7. And there is a thought behind this of knight e4. Forking the queen and the knight. Knight can't take because of the pin on the queen. On the king by the queen. This potentially could be a bad move. Because we're taking the queen from the defense of the king. But for now, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. So we're going to go here. And we're just looking to trade off and actually use this... what is it? Exchange to its sort of best advantage. We're threatening a fork sort of there as well. Yeah, I'm going to take this knight, right? Going to take the knight with check threat with... Yeah. We can also just take this bishop, right? Taking the bishop's potentially dubious. But I think it could work. I think we have to take the bishop, right? We can't not take a free piece. Queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn indeed. And now we're up 5 points of material here. So I think this is good. We are running low on time, as per usual. I'd like bishop takes. I don't think that works, though. Queen e4, then bishop takes, potentially. We also have check. We'll go queen e4. Try trade off queens to the best of our ability. We're also threatening the h-pawn as well. I don't know if we want to take that. That might open too many lines for them. Let's go. Let's go king h7. King h7 I think is fine. We'll throw in this check as well. That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right at all. Go rook g8. And then potentially bishop g4. Get this other rook in the game. And we really need to use these this rook to the best of our ability. Running low on time. My hand's sweating. My hand's sweating. I'm scared. Okay, let's go bishop there. Let's go bishop there. Get this rook in the game. Threaten a check with potential mating threats. That's fine. Yeah, we'll do this with this threat. Yeah. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Rook there. Okay. We're threatening that now. Well, I'll just take that, thank you. Then bishop there, right? Brutal. Brutal. That was like one of the worst moves they could have done, I think. Yeah, that was, I don't know what that's even threatening, to be honest. Yeah, resigns. That was a good game. Tricky stuff. I think we made some dodgy calls, to say the least. But I think risking it was potentially the right way to play it. Risking those dodgy calls was the right way to play it. Let's see what the grand computer says. 82.3 versus 70.3. 2100 versus 1750. White had a slight advantage going into the middle game, about maximum of +2, which is probably enough to win. And then they slowly slipped from there. Yeah, so H4, very strange. Let's have a look at some theory and see if this is actually played much. H4 is not in the most played list. Yeah, there's 7 games in the database with H4 out of Bishop G7, 49,000. So not many at all. But that, to be fair, is Masters games. There's probably more. And apparently we just ignore it. H5, yeah, I mean, it's about equal. It's about equal. C5 here. And C5 is something I would consider playing if I wanted to be a bit more risky. But D6 apparently still solid. Castles, again, you can't really mess up these opening setups. The problem comes later on when you're on your own and you need to decide what you're actually doing. C5 here, not as good. Apparently Knight G4 is the way to play it. And I guess maybe just an F6, Knight H6 potentially. Depends where the bishop goes, because if it's still on this diagonal with the queen, you can't go there immediately. So yeah, I think it just depends. Maybe like you play an E5, yeah, and now you can think about it, trade off the bishops, maybe. And then you've got a bit of compensation already. Not queen takes, knight takes. You've got a bit of compensation positionally already with this very strong bishop. You've got the bishop pair as well. So yeah, we took, which is fine. Knight C5, not ideal. Apparently you just take. Queen takes. Then what? Oh, queen B4. Hitting both this knight and this pawn. Knight there solves the problem. Whoa. Oh, and then you've got queen takes with this nasty little tactic here. With the fork on the king and the queen. And then you're up material there. That's quite cool. I like that a lot. So what was the best move here? Oh, just queen back. Just queen back. That makes sense. Knight E5 then. And I guess you're just developing at that point. Anyway, bishop G7. Yeah, like you spent all this time moving the bishop. You've got the queen on its diagonal just to trade it off. It's not really what you want, I don't think. F3 was a good move. I like that from them. We played it a bit slow with E6, looking for a D5 break. Apparently the best way to play is bishop D7. Not there. Maybe like long castles, then you look for a straightaway B4, B5 or A6 or something first. Whatever the best move is. Best move is... Oh, knight A4. That's interesting. Looking to potentially like just displace the knight, displace the queen, sorry. That doesn't look good on this diagonal though. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that's a strange one. Apparently takes is the correct move. And then maybe B5 has a bit more sting because you're threatening pinning the queen to the king. Ah. Long castles, yeah, you sort of have to in this position. You've committed way too much on the king side. And you've just got to say, I've got to attack before they attack, basically. That's the way it's played. And yeah, we broke in the center. Probably not the best idea. I didn't see this E5 move, which is very strong. Apparently knight G8 is the best way to play it, which I was considering like a knight H7. Knight at G8 is even further back though, but I guess you can potentially reroute to F5 eventually, which was a bit of a hole for them. So yeah, we go this way, which is the correct thing to do, and then you do go Queen B6 with the threat B3. B3 you go there. I don't know what the threat is here. Oh, then you get in this hole? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So what was the best move? Bishop takes. Okay. I mean, fair enough. You've got a bit more of an active queen. White has a very slight advantage there. We took the exchange. We took the exchange rather than going back. This is the positional way to play it, I think. You've basically killed their attack at the cost of a pawn. But you've also opened up their king side at the same time. So, yeah. And the bishop's doing such a good job cutting off this king's escape squares as well. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was considering it, but I thought, we're not masters, you know. An exchange is a concrete thing. Yeah, is concrete material, you know. Bishop takes, not the best move. King B1 apparently. Oh, that's insane. Then you just go Rook C1 eventually and continue on with your attack. Wow. But being greedy with the pawn, that's what, I mean, I would have done this, right? Either that or play the... actually, no, you have to. Before, maybe an F4? F5, sorry. Oh, but the problem is the queen... No, the queen's getting kicked off this file. Which is, yeah, I don't think we played, right? Oh, we did play that. And we took the knight first. Right, oh gosh. Where are we? Yeah, we took the knight first rather than taking the bishop. And this is just where they went wrong. So we're already up an exchange here. Down a pawn. So we've got 1 point of material. And then they just missed this tactic that the queen actually isn't permanently pinning the king, so you don't have time to actually save your bishop. So apparently you just take the bishop here, and the knight gives some sort of defense, and it can't move because of the pin as well. So maybe you have time to go like bishop e6 or something and save this pawn. The knight's a pain in the ass, really. But we took their knight first, tried to weaken their king, and then took the bishop. You have to take... You can't not let's take the free bishop, you know. Because if not, then their pushes start to become a bit more painful, I think is the word. I don't even know what you would do. You have to take the bishop. Take the pawn, and try to trade off their queen. Try to nullify their attack is what I was going for. Apparently, queen there is a good idea. I'm not sure what that's sort of threatening, to be honest. Not really sure at all what that's threatening. Maybe just like a rook over, rook lift. I'm not quite sure. Is there a follow-up? Rook G8? I don't know. But we kicked the queen about. Tried to develop some pieces. Yeah, you can take this with the threat of mate here. Although the knight is there as well. So maybe check and then do stuff. I'm not really sure. The question is as well, where's this queen going? Anywhere the queen goes, it has to be traded off. And then you're just up a piece. Up a piece and up the exchange as well. It's too nice. Yeah, we're threatening the check here. They could have gone rook here, I thought was a good move. Apparently the best move. Slows our stuff down a bit, especially when we're low on time. They moved the king over. Such a strange move. Rook c8's fine. Apparently trading off the rooks is the better idea, with the idea of rook e2 ourselves. And then they just let us, yeah, they just let us win with this knight f3 move, which is completely insane, to be honest. Apparently the best move is still this rook attack, and then the queen still goes back. Yeah, that's that. That is that. Interesting game. Interesting game. I've always struggled with these opposite coloured... opposite side castling Kings Indians. I think I'm starting to get a better grip on them now, which is good. I'm happy with that. And yeah, Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.